Well, good morning, you guys. It's a pretty warm summer morning, and we're outside. It's almost 8 o'clock, and we've already eaten breakfast. The boys are over there playing, and I've got my book. Gonna have to throw my hair out pretty soon. It's supposed to be 100 degrees today, which I'm glad it's a little bit lower than yesterday, because yesterday was like 102 or something like that. So the heat wave is definitely still going, but figured we'd get outside before it gets way too hot so we can get in some time and let the boys just run around. So Ivy and I are just hanging out on the porch. I just swept all the water balloons and cleaned those up. I feel like water balloons are such a mess. They're a lot of fun for the kids, but it's a mess. So I'll probably try and clean those up that are in the yard later. But anyway, I'm just gonna sit here and read my book while the kids play. Well, the boys are outside right here on the back patio playing in the mud, and Ivy and I are just hanging out. She was getting really fussy outside, so the humidity is really high today, so the temperature is not super bad right now. It's just the humidity that makes it absolutely terrible. So her and I are just sitting here watching the boys. Got my book. She's eating a snack, and I'm just gonna let them play as long as they want, and then I'm probably gonna have to give them baths. So, well, I am completely tired right now. I just put everyone down for naps and quiet time, and I'm thinking about making myself a coffee and getting a little snack. One child peed all over the floor right by the toilet. He's been potty trained for a really long time. Don't know what went through his mind, and then he decided to stomp in the pee and splash around in it, so that was great. So I'm just really tired today. Worked on decluttering some of my clothes that are like fall and winter clothes that I had in like my bottom drawer of my dresser, and I just kind of decluttered things out that were like dingy and old and that I knew I wasn't gonna wear, and then some shoes. I'm really thinking that for the fall and winter, even in spring. So I have this idea, you guys, and it's something that I just constantly thinking about it. I've written it down, and it has to do with my wardrobe. I just want something, it's like what I'm calling my all seasons wardrobe. And what I'm picturing is like one simple dress, maybe a couple different colors, maybe like 3 or 4 of them, and then like some cute leather shoes that goes with the dress, and a nice cardigan or 2, and just like keeping it very minimal, but cute and simple, and more or less create a uniform, because I'm about to have 4 children under 4. So my mindset right now is just simple and practical and minimal, and like extreme minimal, because if it's like one less thing I have to think about, I can focus better on my family and my household. And so getting dressed postpartum and doing all that is always something I cannot, it's just hard to appreciate, because your body is definitely changing back, and adjusting, and things are changing. Some things get smaller, some things get bigger. It's just part of it. So that's my idea. And this dress, so I found one on Etsy. I thought about making the dresses, but then I'm like, I don't have time for that. I do not have the energy for that. As much as I would love that, I'm not the season for that. So there's this dress I found on Etsy. It's like a linen style button-down dress. It would be nursing friendly. It cinches at the waist and it like hits you at your knee. So it's sleeveless too. And it's something that I could wear in the spring and summer. But in the fall, I could pair it with a cardigan and then put tights and like cute little boots with it. I think that would be great. And so that would be like the all seasons, like my uniform. So I don't know, something I've been thinking about. The dress is not a cheap dress. It would be more of an investment piece for me, for sure. But it would last a really long time and I could wear it all year long. And if I only got a couple, it would be a very minimal wardrobe. So something I'm thinking about, because I think it would help a lot. I'm just kind of over trying to pair outfits together, trying to find things that look good, and like, it's just overwhelming. I just want to simplify it, go to one dress that's the same style but different colors. So that's what I'm thinking. And so that's why I was kind of going through my fall and winter clothes, trying to figure out what I don't want. And then once I do switch all the way over to this wardrobe that I'm thinking, I think I'm just gonna get rid of everything else, because if I end up just falling in love with it, which I have a feeling I will, I'm not really gonna want to store a bunch of other clothes. I just really, there's this book. So there's a couple books I read recently, you guys, and that's kind of how I have this mindset right now. And I'm really gonna make myself a cup of coffee in just a second because I need it. So this is the book I'm reading currently, The Art of Divine Contentment. I really find that if I read books on contentment, it helps me learn contentment. And this book is all about learning contentment. I mean, Paul in the Bible, he knew what contentment was. It was something that just was his lifestyle. This one I read in the past. I read this last year. Oh, this one is called Learning Contentment. This is by Nancy Wilson. Loved this book. I want to reread it. This book is amazing. Don't Waste Your Life by John Piper. Such a good book. This, more or less, this is just like a biblical mindset of simplifying your life and being minimal, not being consumed with materialistic things and possessions and like holding on to all of these things, which this book was life-changing. Biblical Minimalism. Get it on Amazon. I love this book. I want to reread it. But it talks about the mindset. It talks about scripture all throughout this book and how minimalism relates to Christianity. And we're not called as Christians to be discontent and to be in this constant state of want and constant state of like consuming. We're supposed to rely on Christ, rely on Him to provide for us, and we're not supposed to have this worldly materialistic mindset, which is hard, especially in America, where it's just all about consuming and owning things and what next big purchase am I gonna make, or what's the next, nice electronic or whatever I'm going to buy. So anyway, this book is really good, and I love that one. This one I finished, A Chance to Die by Elizabeth Elliot. This is about Amy Carmichael, which was a missionary. Love this book. And there's actually a part in here, I don't know if I underlined it. Let me see if I can paraphrase it. Probably gonna butcher it, but she's like, it's like, I don't know if it was in a letter to her family or who she was writing to, but she was talking about how in the beginning she hardly owned anything. She had like a handkerchief of things and that was it. Like she wasn't big into jewelry, she wasn't big into like all these other things. She just wanted to simplify because she didn't want to think or focus, or she was never comparing herself to other people. Her sole focus was Christ and her calling and to care for these children. And at one point she does talk about like being a mother, you do have to acquire things for your children and to teach them, because she did teach all of them. She like homeschooled all of these kids, and I mean she had helpers and stuff, but she's talking about how you do need things and that's okay. But she herself never really liked stuff. She never was a materialistic person. So anyway, and that's always been my personality. I'm just not a stuff person. I can't stand stuff. So I really related to that book in just so many ways. But anyway, yeah, this stack of books is like so good if you're like wanting to work on your mindset of being more minimal, especially in a biblical sense. So anyway, that's kind of my mindset. So especially before this baby comes, I'm just like ruthlessly decluttering. I do have a stack of books up here that I'm gonna take with me to Oklahoma City that I'm planning to read. And I don't know, I've been chatting for like 10 minutes. So anyway, I'm gonna make myself a cup of coffee, chill out, and read my book. Well, you guys, we are off to go run errands. Taylor just got home from work. I did change my clothes into something a little bit more put together. But we're gonna go to my lab. Turns out Taylor has to be with me to get the stuff notarized. So hopefully I have enough time to get that done. I don't know. Don't know if I will. We're gonna do donations another day because I'm still decluttering and still doing a ton of just extreme minimalizing stuff. You guys probably think I'm crazy, but it just helps. But anyway, we're on our way. We pick up a coffee. Taylor mentioned that, so we'll see. Well, you guys, we just picked up a coffee from Scooters, and we did end up going. I did my lab. It was like really fast, and then we went to the UPS and they notarized it all, and then I shipped everything off. So I'm so thankful and relieved that all of that is done. So I don't have to think about that anymore.
Yeah, little digger.
So I think we're about done running errands, and then we're gonna go home and do dinner. Well, we actually are. I think we are gonna go get some Mexican food at a restaurant and go just sit down and eat. I think that's what Taylor wanted to do. So that sounds really good. So we're gonna do that. Taylor's actually getting gas at Sam's right now. So we're just waiting. So yeah.
Pants boy.
Well, Field, what is pants? It's kind of a day of accidents. So I had to run into Savers and get him some
Get out now, Field.
shorts. So we're going to change his pants real fast. Accidents, I guess that this is just a day of accidents that comes out of nowhere. Do you want these shoes? You want to wear these? And then I found these at the very bottom. Pull up. Just put a pull up on them. These Keen shoes I saw in there. I was like, oh my goodness, I cannot pass these up. Because they wear these like crazy. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go eat. Well, we just got done eating. It's really good. And Ivy and I are in the car. Taylor's paying for the food. It is so hot, you guys. It's 104 degrees out. It is brutal. But anyway, I think I'm gonna go ahead and close out this vlog here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow.